Llega al club con el combo, rápido la vi lejos. Se pintaban los labios y la copa como espejo. Se acercó poco a poco y yo queriendo que me baile. Luego me dijo, vamos que te enseño buenos aires. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la una. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las 3. Perreamos toda la noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la una. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las 3. Perreamos toda la noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Dime, beba, fecha y ahorita paso a buscar. Yo le llego donde los demás, tú sabes que no le llegan. Frío de botellas de champán, de la copa al brindar, pero solo escucho como late. Mi corazón cuando ve ese cuerpo escaparate. El traje combina con la Mercedes Granate. No hay otro por más que ellos traten. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo gemido. Que yo no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo que hicimos. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Dale guacha, suelta. Vente pa' Canarias sin el equipaje, sin viaje de vuelta. Por la isla te va a dar una vuelta. Bebé, solo avisa. El sábado te debo, el domingo misa. Estoy a ver si me garantiza que te me pegas como quien graba con Visa y vi salir a las amigas del party y ella se quedó mirándonos a los ojos, no al reloj. Y nos fuimos. Fuera al apartamento en privado, me pedía que le diera un concierto. Le dije que por menos de un beso no cantó. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la una. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las 3. Perreamos toda la noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo gemido. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo que hicimos. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Que luego el visa,
As your network
Finesse. My cocaine, my heart desire. Give me nothingness. I know they're tired, but you give me ginger. All the timeless. You're my true lover, my mommy water. Give me happiness. thousand that's off on my neck. Stop drinking, babe. Tequila down there hits me for leaving. It's like that indica, it is sativa. Anytime that I smoke, the scales been looking like white materials. Is it this or that? If I see it, I'm fine. How I feel inside, I will let you know. I am super high, I can feel my eyes. They say love is blind, but I can't see you. Oh yeah, the fantasy, 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 the fantasy.
What's good? What's good? We're back. We're live this morning for a New York session, quick session, straight to the point. Didn't stay on too long this morning, but went over gold analysis this morning. For anybody who caught the session this morning, or maybe watched the recording, had time, went over some good stuff. Wish I was still holding gold, to be honest. I got out in the morning. I made a move pretty quickly off of what we talked about. Was anybody on New York session? Did anybody watch the recording? Maybe there was time. It was a quick session. I jumped on and I was like, I like what I saw with price. I was like, this is a good time to jump on. Cause I was up. My schedule's been weird. I got really sick. Like I got a chest infection, fucking like a week or so ago. So it's rough. Plus training stuff. The way I've been training can deplete your immune system. With the way I've been training. I'll talk about it in a bit. I live in a hotel, so it's interesting if you've ever seen an athlete train. So like an NBA. So I live in a hotel, and every month the Miami Heat stay here. Whenever the Miami Heat, or not even them, Sacramento Kings. Who else was just here? Who was just here? Sacramento was just here, I'm pretty sure. You always see them in the gym when they're here. Any NBA teams, they always stay at this hotel, and whenever there's an NBA, Toronto Raptors. So it's interesting. I got something to talk about that shaped my perspective months ago. When was it? in October or November, I think around there. Shaped my perspective. Remind me if I forget. You know my brain. I know too. You know my. Remind me if I forget, cause yeah, a lot of like I got a good story. It might take a while to talk about it. So, but gold. I mean, it was straight to the point this morning. I was pretty tired, but ran down some pretty good analysis on it. I talked about it was pretty straightforward. I mean, pretty on point. Talked about to the left over here as well, how we were breaking up 3050 we were talking about. Maybe it could go to like 3040 or 3045. And look at, like I was saying, the next day could continue, right? And what has today done continued the momentum of that daily candle, right? There's a lot you can learn from just this one session that I did this morning. There's honestly so much you can learn from that 41-minute session. Just taking one concept here from the daily chart of what I talked about this morning, how we had this daily candle, and it's just understanding not exactly where the market could do, but the significance of this and what could come afterwards, right? There's a lot you could learn just from that one session. What I'm doing, the things I'm circling, the things I'm pointing to the left too. You had what, 700 views for 41 minutes. It's, you know, it was a quick session. They're not always like that because sometimes I gotta watch the market, but I can literally jump on like time like that where I was up at 6 and I was like, I'm going live because this looks like it, like I have a good idea here. It's times like that where it's more efficient to capitalize on, where I have the time to free roam like that, where I can hop on like, yo guys, I'm going live, there's something here. It could be any time though, 7 a.m. these hours, 8 p.m., 10:30. I have the time to free roam like that and go live any time in the day, where if something's there, I'll show up and pop up, but it could be any time. And there might be times where I'm like, I don't see shit, it's not worth showing up for the frequency and the amount that I show up, but I like to show up every day. I was just sick the last 10 days, really sick. But like normally, like when I get sick like once or twice a year, usually like once a year, twice a year, around the same times of the year, literally literally the same times of the year. And normally when I do it lasts a bit, but this recovered quicker than usual. Hopefully you guys, like if you look at what I was talking about this morning, it was a 41-minute session. And naturally I'm just, you know, talking about different things. Oh, I got ads now. Damn. Oh, this is for me. This is an ad for me. Private members club. This has to be local. Designed exclusively for you. Look at that. This has to be local. Yorkville, yeah. coming soon. Look at that. Sold. No, let's see. Soon I'm gonna need more. I'm like, oh my goodness. There's a lot of things I talked about this morning. Market structure, just how price is breaking up, clearing these highs, right? Clearing these highs right here. Fucking weather too. I was going outside with a fucking hoodie. It looked like summer was here, and then it just became like winter. I need sun. But we ran it down pretty on point this morning. Market 3050. Break a structure. If you're on that session this morning, or if you get to watch the recording of it, there was times I was saying, you know, we have a BOS, a bullish BOS, bullish break a structure in the market, and when you get that, it's like kind of like going with the flow. I hope you guys are able to capitalize on that this morning, because again, it was pretty straight to the point. If you look left, I was even looking left here at like how price was very similar on the daily here, right? We had this push up 3050 level, and if you look at it, how price mimicked over there, if like I'll do that, like that's why I like trading gold since 2019. Because I've noticed things like this, you can look left and price will mimic a lot of times what it did to the left in a certain candlestick formation or a certain structure or even a breakout. So you can see out to the left here, there's this daily candle, the first one I was circling this morning, talking about how where price is, it's like similar to where that daily breakout happened. So price could potentially like mimic what happened here. It's not random when I do things like this. Jumping on, quick 41 minutes. Not every session needs to be so long. Quickly run down something like that if it's there. But that, I even said like either you're going to get the pull down or price is going to gradually continue up and give you that bigger pull down. Both of those happened. So both of those things happened. You know, like an hour after I got off or so, the market started going down into that zone, reacted up, went up, and then it came down for a big move, and it literally reacted off the same zone. Both of those things I said this morning actually happened with gold, evidently. Evidently enough, you know, the things I say, they tend to play out. We were here, and I said I could have stayed on, but I want to make it quick this morning. Even both things I said this morning happened, and price is still going up. I streamed this afternoon too, do like a little crypto update, news update, and to check out. I was gonna check out where gold was at and things. We were on at a good time. Like damn, gold was dropping, and the power went out in the building for like 2 hours. We were at a good time too, probably like a buy the dip or to watch this play out with a bullish market structure. Like when I got on this afternoon too. The stream doesn't even show that I went live because the power cut out. I just had to like hotspot myself real quick and close it. But I knew usually it happens, like the power goes out here a couple times a year. Hydro, whatever, I don't know. Happens. Hotel. Live in a hotel, so I guess that's what you get. I guess that's the cost. Makes up for it. You got a lot of things here. It's nice here, so it's okay. But it took a couple hours actually. Power went out. Some of you guys were on the stream maybe in the afternoon. I did 2 streams. I did the New York stream. I did an afternoon stream. And gold was dropping when we were live, and I was gonna, you know, start analyzing things. Was going over some news and updates. Stock market, 4 trillion added to the stock market. Like, what do you know? Boom, in one day. I know there's gonna be there should be a one here. Crypto heat map, but you guys probably saw. I mean, if you don't know, there, yeah. Oops. $5.5 trillion added to the U.S. stock market today. Big recovery. Now, the U.S. stock market over the last, okay, we're April 10th, let's say since March, right, had a big deficit. So a big loss, right? If we're looking at markets like US 30, S&P, or just stocks in general, like Apple stock, right? Like the Apple, like something like Apple, anything, stocks. You know, even before March, but like within like the tariffs, with all its tariffs and stuff, but even before March, like things started to sell off. All right, so stocks in general, when you're looking at all the big caps, like there was a big loss, a big deficit in here. Now, if you consider just how I'm thinking. This is just how I'm thinking, right? The market lost 10 trillion. Like since the tariffs really started to heat up in the last month. 10 trillion was wiped out. Last week we saw 2 days that had 3 trillion wiped out in a day from the U.S. stock market. Overall, since the amount of time it took for 10 trillion, how much money, or I'll see, I think it was since January was lost in U.S. stock market. I think it was like 10 trillion. Since inauguration. 5 trillion. Okay, so I knew it was like 10 trillion. 10 trillion was the number I saw. So like stocks lost 10 trillion. This was posted on April 6th. So the U.S. stock market wiped out 9.6 trillion since inauguration day. Since inauguration date, January 20th. 5 trillion of which evaporated between April 2nd and April 4th, which is the largest 2-day loss on record, according to MarketWatch. And the market carnage continues. Monday, do we know you have largest 2-day loss on record? And we haven't seen, like I've said, since COVID, we haven't seen this type of market crash. We already know why, because of tariffs, uncertainty. We already know why this happened. Well, you think about, so inauguration day was January 20th. The U.S. stock market wiped out 9.6 trillion since that day, but just in a singular day, 5.5 trillion was added. So since inauguration, January 20th, right? You have that 10 trillion at loss. That was, 5 trillion of it evaporated in, between 2 days. So when you're looking at the market right now and you're looking at bullish versus bearish lasts longer. We can see 10 trillion was wiped out since inauguration. How that time. So what I'm talking about is time. 10 trillion was wiped out in that amount of time. January 20th. A good amount of it came in some days. And then real quick, you could see in one day versus the 10 trillion that was wiped out one day, a very strong recovery. For crypto later on, this is key to understand, because when crypto goes bullish, it will be it's like what you saw today, but days of that or weeks of that in a months. In crypto, you have, so let's say you have 30 days of you have a bullish month in crypto, a really bullish month, right? You're gonna have 12 days in that month that really go up versus the whole 30 days. You're the majority of your bullish market that's made is in such a subsequential amount of days versus how many days there actually are in the period of time, right? In the 30 days. And I can show you on charts too what I'm talking about even, right? So when you're looking at this today too, it's how long does it take a bull market to come in? Not really long when a lot of money's put into it. I'm not trying to be optimistic here, but if you know me, you should know we've been good. We've been good up to this point in the last 10 years, going on 11. If you have an expectancy for things to go up, in a way, understand they don't just go up every single day. In a 30-day period, or if you have a bullish month in crypto, you're gonna have 10 days of it actually really going up. Days like you might have saw today. Not every day will be like a day like today, but there can be months weeks where it's like rapidly like that. This is a good recovery sign. Is it a bottom sign? It's a strong recovery. Is it okay? The bottom's in. I mean, the last time we seen a big crash like this was COVID. So a big market crash where trillions were wiped out rapidly was in March of 2020. Back over here. Here it is. Here's a better chart. So in roughly 44 days, the market crashed 38%, US stock market. And we're looking at what's happened here. We can see this fell 19%. It's not even as big as it was in COVID, right? That's why when the market was here, a lot of other analytics were suggesting there could be another 20% market fall, which would have brought it down to a relative as big of a crash as COVID. Now, that probably would have stopped circuit breakers, like what happened in China. If something like that, because in COVID, this thing dropped 38%. What we can see happened here, 38% would have took us down to really, really far levels, and that would have been like circuit breakers stopping, trading floor stopped for the day type of stuff, right? Like what happened in China. If you look what happened, or Taiwan, right? Taiwan circuit breakers stopped, trading stopped, right, for that day. This happened in COVID. In COVID, this happened in the U.S. We haven't seen market crash like this since COVID. Now, COVID rapidly recovered into the summer, into the end of the year. Okay. COVID also dropped 44 days really fast. There was 44 days and it was rapid. I remember I experienced it. If we're looking at this has been longer than 44 days. Now, if we're looking at, how long this has been dropping, the crash, this crash even was 48 days, 15 days where this really rapidly lost. But since inauguration, the market's been dropping since January 20th, roughly around there, right? Since inauguration, markets lost a lot of money. This is a big recovery. Is it a bottom signal? Leading to one. Because crashes like this aren't just, if you look at the market, like, you're hearing the word recession thrown around. Okay, let's zoom out. How many times has the word recession been thrown around in this? Okay. The markets have always gone up. So you're hearing the word recession thrown around. All right, right? Whether that happens or not, these markets always go up after. Now, there's a storm to bear here. Is this the bottom? Is the bottom in? It was a big crash that came down literally interesting enough to like some levels that we could analyze. Why is the stock market important? Because it's the broader market. It's bigger than crypto. I'm heavy into crypto. Crypto stock market goes up. Like, if, let's say, in the next couple months or this year, we see this recover at a fine amount, go make a new all-time high or something, right? Crypto will then eventually follow that, right? Even at its own pace, like, crypto can be strong at its own times without the stock market, right? You see, like, recoveries like this happen. Like, if you're looking at the market in the last couple of years, right? I've seen all the panics. I've seen the crashes. COVID, the Ukraine-Russia tension that started, going into like 2022. We've seen these market corrections, market crashes. The only way this would have happened, really, is with fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Only way things would have actually dropped this much, because if you're looking at the last couple of years, even just since 2024, 2023, a lot of wealth was created there. only way the markets really come, if you're looking at the last couple of years here, where have the markets really gone down? COVID, the start of Ukraine, Russia, tariffs, all that stuff. Even maybe some of these are times where something was happening with other things in the world. Geopolitical crisis, tension, there's a lot of stuff going on past couple of years. So when you're looking at market crashes, right? The last couple that happened started a bull run, made a new all-time high. When this thing turns to green candles in some point in this year, that's when there's really that strong recovery. Today was just I don't want to be optimistic and be like, yeah, one day the bottom's in. I want to be so optimistic like that. Yeah, one day the bottom's in. Nice structure changes here, pullbacks, capping, continuations. It looks looks more bullish on the chart, definitely. Like broke up the high. Literally looks like what gold looked like this morning right now, in a way. Yeah, kind of like what gold looked like this morning, to be honest. Yeah, similar. Gold's flying up, like looking like it wants to go to a new all-time high. Pulling back right now. Gold's pushing up, nice. Bitcoin had a strong move today. They look similar. If you look at US 30 right now, that's why when the stock market really recovers, Bitcoin will fly. Like you'll have moves like this on a daily. Like if I take my experience from holding Bitcoin, the amount of Bitcoin I've been holding, and I look at a move like today, or even not just today, but in the last couple of months, moves similar to today, bigger even, that have happened. When you get a move like today, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, it would be like either, holy, our bags are like up, we just like 5-10, like it would be like crazy day. Like you had a big day today, so some coins went up, right? Or it would be like, holy shit, the market's down, like we're crashing. Like in COVID. Bitcoin went from 10,500 down to 3,800. It lost 63%. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin crash that happened recently, and you take a step back and go to COVID, and you look at the COVID crash was 63% of a loss, of a deficit. 63%. So the point I'm getting to is the market's holding Bitcoin is right now, like this, Bitcoin's down a strong percentage, but it's holding itself up. I'm not surprising. I don't want to say surprisingly, but I'm kind of like impressed by it in a way. I'm watching how it's performing in this crash from my 11-year experience going on to, from what I've seen and what I know and what I've felt and been through. It's kind of impressive when you look at just Bitcoin. Just talking about Bitcoin and how it's making these $5,000 to $10,000 moves, $8,000 to $12,000 moves, right? Up or down, right? And it's still at 83,000 a hit today, right? And if you were to think about like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, if you were to get these types of moves in a day, it would be crazy. And some of you might be looking like, like the moves we're getting today, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like, whoa, yeah, like you might be looking at the market like, holy shit, this thing's pumping, right? But when if we look at COVID and all these times, like all these other times, through my experience, I'm talking from experience here, is why it's impressive to see something can move 10,000 in a day up, 10,000 in a day down, up and down, $10,000, $8,000, $6,000, right? Still holding demand. What happens when the market goes in full recovery mode and bull again is what I'm thinking. it has multiple days of this in a row, right? Or even bigger moves, right? $15,000 moves in a day, $10,000. Not trying to get you excited and sound optimistic here. It was just from experience with Bitcoin. I'm talking about Bitcoin only here, right? That's like the one I love the most. It's like choose me or Bitcoin. I'm gonna choose my Bitcoin. So, like, what I'm thinking is one day there's gonna be seeing $10,000 seeing $10,000 movements might be, it's crazy. Yeah, the bags go down because it's like the stock market, right? If Bitcoin goes down, something else is gonna multiply. You have your categories, right? Bitcoin drops 5%, everything else is gonna drop 10. Memes are gonna drop 15 to 20, vice versa. Interesting day today, though. We've like big day where it's like, okay, yeah, don't want to be so optimistic. We know where this thing's going. It's not a matter of if, it's just when, right? It's not a matter of if it goes to above 100K again. It's more a when thing, because you look at the way the price is moving and how Bitcoin works, right? How its supply comes out on a daily basis, and you're getting these movements daily, right? How its supply comes out on a daily basis. Why not just keep the price around here for a while? Right? Why not just keep the price down, lower, accumulate for a while, back and forth? With how it comes out on a daily basis, and every 4 years, how the supply gets cut in half, they only have so much time for X fine amount to come out before it's harder before that supply is even harder to grab. And price, who knows what the price is in 4 years and in 8 years, right? One less supply is coming out to the market on a daily basis, and you just have holders that might not ever sell their Bitcoin. That's one thing when you look at the amount that comes out, right? And you think about maybe 4 years from now, 8 years from now, the amount that's going to come out, and just holding, who's going to be holding and who's never going to be selling, and just holding and just buying, right? Think about things like that for the trajectory of it. How it comes out. Why not just keep it down here around the 80s, the 70s, bounce it maybe down to the 60s, like up, down, up, down, up, down, like up, down. Why not just keep doing that, right? As more supply comes out, but supply lessens over time. As the daily supply comes out, as what you can grab and what you can get for who you are, but as over time supply lessens, right? On how it comes out. So why not just boom, 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 what they did over here, right? The same thing that they did over here, right? With price when it hit $74,000 for the first time, and it broke the previous all-time high that was made at $69,000, just below $70,000. Before what we call the cowboy phase and the crypto cowboys and mainstream cycles of everything, where there was no ETFs, institutional adoption, no talk on Wall Street and governments and countries holding crypto and Bitcoin as a reserve. None of that was talked about. It was all by people like us. We knew one day it would come. We always talked about it. OG crypto guys have always knew times like this would come, and how powerful Bitcoin is to traditional currency or the system. When you think about price hit $69,000 and it broke it, hit $74,000. What did it do? It hit $74,000. Everyone was still bullish on Bitcoin, knew it was going to keep going up. It didn't just go up. It stayed around an average price. We could say if we're gonna look at here's 74 roughly to $49,000, right? You have an average price in the middle of like $60,000, right? In here, 50 at the bottom, almost 75 at the top. You have an average price that the market keeps coming to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have an average price in here, median price that keeps getting hit over time. The market's just staying in the same kind of diameter area for a while, right? There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt going on in here. China's going to ban Bitcoin. India's going to ban Bitcoin. There was a lot of India stuff going on. Germany sold all their Bitcoin inside of there. There's a lot of other scenarios and situations that created fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and days of sell-off and panic in the market and in the world. There were things that happened in the world. There was this crazy month. There was this crazy drop. There was these drops, right? When you're looking at these drops and you're looking at the price of Bitcoin, right? If you're looking at here, boom, boom, boom. How many times has the market actually touched the same price? The same area, roughly, right? It's the same thing it's what I believe is the same thing that's sort of happening right now, and going to kind of happen, potentially, if we're looking on the horizon, if we're looking at scenarios of, okay, well, how could this play out? Everyone's expecting it to pump. There's so many coins now. There's so many more coins now that all the coins. Like, think about it. Why is the market not pumping as much as you might have think it was? And Ethereum, why did Ethereum maybe outperform? Think about how many more coins there are. So 4 years ago, I had a good talk with a friend about this today. 4 years ago, there wasn't as many coins as there is now in the market, right? So people, when they bought, they would put their money in here, here, and here. Now you have all these coins that more money is just getting spread out in different places, and it's getting lost a lot. Think about meme coins. In the last year, the amount of people I saw in the last year shilling meme coins like they were Bitcoin it made me laugh. Like, people I know, oh man, it's funny. Even like with even going into like Trump winning and the meme coin frenzy, like, think about how many meme coins were just made. How many meme coins were just made? So where all people's money went? Why didn't the market could have pumped more, but if people weren't as stupid and uneducated, they would have just kept buying Bitcoin and known if Bitcoin goes up, everything follows its dominance, right? Ethereum. But what happened? Meme coin mania, meme coin frenzy. What did retail do and the uneducated do? They're looking at all these things pump fun. They're on Dex Screener every day, looking for the 10x, the 5x, the new coin that's named by something. Elon coin, Melina coin, Trump coin. Fucking, you can name a bunch of baby Elon coin. They're like so many coins that came out that the money that was sitting in the real legit coins left and went to shit. All right? Understand that. 2. Versus 8 years ago, right? When I've been in crypto for 8 years ago, we were just focusing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, the main shit. And then a couple memes that came here and there, right? But you have this whole new wave of crypto traders that came in that think meme coin, like, that look for the 10x, the 50x, the 20x, that make it look easy online, but they don't know these markets of survival too. So if you take a coin like Ethereum and Solana, right? Coins that everyday people should be buying, versus what just happened in the last 4 to 6 months, the trajectory of the market, all the money, right, that was in normal coins that could have stayed there, just start going out, exiting and going here. People converting, swapping their coins for this meme coin, fast, right? Because someone told them to buy this coin. They saw this coin on Twitter. They saw this coin. Believe me, I know how it goes. I've seen it all, right? That's why I tell you. That's why I talk to you guys the way I do and tell you guys Focus on Bitcoin. Focus on Bitcoin. Because the more Bitcoin you have, it won't matter. You can buy a meme coin anytime if you have Bitcoin. You don't, or altcoins. So like as much coins as there are, the money has just gotten spread out more into all these shit coins. All the money, right? Because 4 or 8 years ago, there wasn't as many coins. There was this many coins. And all the money was going into these coins, right? That were just here. Now, there's this many coins, right? There's 1,000 times more coins than what there was. So all that money is getting put into so many more shit fucking coins. Right? This is one thing I understand that happened with the market too in the last year. It's why Bitcoin outperformed everything, because the real money went into Bitcoin, right? Solana, ETH went to 4,000, but it outperformed because ETH and Solana dropped like 70% recently. Solana meme coins. ETH, what are all the meme coins on, right? So when you think about how many fucking coins there are now, the coins, that makes the coins that you believe in have less of a chance of getting back to their all-time highs. Even in the coins in the top 100 market cap. It's going to take longer now. Understand that. The coin that's probably going to pump the strongest is going to be Bitcoin, right? First. I think ETH will have a good comeback because it's outperformed and people are talking about it. Solana, like, the coins that, like, if you're taking, like, a coin that went to $100 and now it's at, like, $5, it's going to take a long time for it to go back there, if it does now, because of how many fucking coins there are and how many shit bags people are holding now compared to the coins that they had, real value coins, where the market's at. That's one thing too. You gotta understand with your coins when you're looking at, okay, this coin's low, it's at $10, its all-time high is $100. Yeah, alt season will be great, but because there's so many coins now and the money's spread out so much more, and all these coins might take longer. So it's interesting when you think about that, the meme coin mania sucks for people who you lose your purchasing power too when you're not but just focus on Bitcoin mainly. So that's one thing. Like, there's so many coins now that there's a lesser chance of them all thriving. That's why I just stick to like the main stuff. When I see something that comes up, pops up here and there, I'm like, okay, I'll throw a little something if it's convicting enough, if it gives me enough conviction to do so. But for me, the name of the game has just been like doing the same thing I've always done, just stacking the main coins that, like Bitcoin, number one. It shows you, in times like this, it shows you because Bitcoin's been hitting the same price, but every other coin's been kind of dragging. Which, when those coins all have recovery, like Bitcoin, it will be a strong season. But if you look at what happened over here, right here, so 74,000 before we broke out to like 100,000. So before we broke out of there, that was a pretty long phase the market stayed in. It was over 200 days there. I believe we're kind of in that phase right now. I believe we're more in that. I don't think we're going to go into a bear market. I believe we're more like bearish accumulation. I believe we're in something, my opinion, not financial advice here. I think we're in a phase like this. Obviously more corrective, more down. Because if like the market was sideways right now, like squint this down more, like look at Bitcoin, if you squint this, right? Here it's been just kind of like sideways down. So that's a long phase. That was like over 200 days. So like realistically, if we were to project that, like if we were to say, okay, if we were to look at the peak here, just here, how many days has it been since here? 115 days. Okay. We got some good sentiment to kind of lean off of right now. Well, we got some good recovery sentiment to lean off of right now. Gold's going up. Stocks are recovering. Gold's pushing up. Stocks are recovering. A little bit of good sentiment to lean off of, maybe because it's still April 10th. How does April finish? April historically has had some big months. April and May, historically, we've seen April and May. Last year we had a negative April. Year before that, a little positive. 2 years in a row negative there. You can see 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 was on a roll. April. Big returns there's been in April, so it's an interesting month for April, especially with my experience, because I've lived all those months. I've lived all of those months since here. So all these months I kind of know too, like I've experienced them all. So April's an interesting one because historically we can see more than March positive returns as well for the month April. So it's interesting to see in regards to what I said not too long ago. If you have a full month in crypto doesn't need every day to go up. You could have 10 days of it going up and the market could do a 20% return in that. And there's 10 days of really bullish in that 30 days. So eyes on April. Starting interesting with all the news that happened today. Hopefully Trump, man, name another guy, name another president that's like doing podcasts 6 times a week, like in the Oval Office. I don't know. I was young and other presidents. I'm not even watching movies anymore. I watch one a week now. What I watched the other day. Oh man, that shit was funny. Austin Powers, Gold member. That shit was funny. I watch like 1 or 2 movies a month now. Watching Trump every day, Bloomberg every day. He's just on a roll. Not like Biden. Biden definitely not like Joe Biden. Press conferences once a week, like answers like 5 questions. Not even like sleeps. Like what? Like this guy's like. I was looking at Trump today, and I'm like, because I was watching him. He was speaking at like 4, 5 before the market closed, answering questions, unscripted. The guy's like doing podcasts 5, 6 times a week now. I'm like, damn. That's why the gym's my personal development now. Don't you? Not watching any podcasts or anything. I'm watching Trump and Bloomberg every day. Some outflows, eh? Haters gonna hate. There's some good sentiment because the market responded to it. Recovery doesn't mean we're going full bull yet. A lot happened today, and you don't know what this guy Trump. Tomorrow he says something else. European Union seeks to purchase more gas from the U.S. So, yeah, that's good. Chinese sellers on Amazon to hike prices or exit U.S. market as tariffs rise. China and USA are battling. They're bringing in. The USA is bringing in like $2 billion a day now with these tariffs. Look at this, 18 years, lowest level in 18 years. So let's go. U.S. is battling China. That's the real battle right now. That's the real battle right now. I heard him talk today. He said China's been taking advantage of our country for years. I don't know who signed these agreements years ago. He literally said, if you had first grade like reading and first grade education, you would read this and be like, this makes no sense. Why would I agree to this? That's what he said today. I was watching him when he said that. So, hey man, he said U.S. first. So he's trying to get that dollar back into power. It's lost a lot of its purchasing power and devalued itself, and countries in huge debt and has a huge deficit with other countries as well. So right now it's I think 2 billion coming in a day, and there's like also like some trillions coming like Hyundai and all that. What was it? There's money coming in. I saw some stuff here. Money coming in. Countries are pledging. Not countries, companies. Companies. Hyundai, Apple, Nvidia, UAE. There's some trillions of dollars there. Pledges. And these will also build factories. Some of these will build factories around the U.S. If the U.S. gets the golden age, that's what we want. To be honest, like wherever you live, realistically, like I live in Canada, and there's a lot of Canadians that talk here, like yeah, screw the U.S. Like you don't want the U.S. to collapse. Like you don't really want that. You don't want the U.S. dollar to collapse. If you do, you have a huge chain reaction and things go crazier than what you've seen up to this point. All right? You don't want that. You don't want that. So yeah, like good recovery today. How long does this last? The maximum I think it lasts is kind of like what happened in here. It's like a gold, maybe gold. Man, gold ripped up. I told y'all that daily's still pushing. You want to let this trend up, see if it maybe clears the high, or if it's either gonna reverse or clear the high. It's coming to test the all-time highs here. I think it's gonna get up into there, push up into there. From there, it's either reversal or breakout and continue. Reverse at the high or breakout continuation. I would think it looks like it could push up into the high. We ran it down pretty clean this morning, guys. We're gonna analyze it a little bit tonight, see where it's at. It was pretty crazy in here though. Holy, gold was in here. It was pretty sporadic. I don't want to say it's calmed down, but it's a little bit better. It's getting back. That volatility was crazy up in here too. Those pip movements still moving. Still think we're like holding more bullish. We got a good move from this morning though. You guys should watch that session. It's kind of like maybe like a recap, seeing how I analyzed. Quick session, lots to learn from there. Let me check the chat. What's going on? What do you guys think about the market? Gold is melting. When you get these drops, it looks like it's melting, but look at the bigger picture. Zoom out. I mean, daily's bullish. We're above the moving averages still. So 3,150. Close. We're at 3,125. Obviously it looks like a nice area to short soon coming, but I think with the way the daily's going, it could try to push maybe. Like thinking more out, future, break, retest that level. Sitting at 3,125 right now. Did it pull back to 3,100? Not yet. So like maybe wait for 3,100 pullbacks close to. See if we can get like pullbacks to 3,100. Or breaks above 3,125 and retest. Like you can see, it's filled a lot of here. 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour moving averages. This candle just kind of got filled. Half of this candle just literally got rebalanced. It could try to break above 3,125. Look to the left. Look what happened to the left on price when it came here, like here. Or you get a pullback to 3,100. Break above 3,125. There could be some price action above 3,125. Or if you look here, like a pullback to 3,100. Wait for that. Wait to see if it pulls back 3,100. Continues up. What do you guys think about the market? Crazy month though. Oof, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. I know we all felt it, cause I felt it. let's be honest. I know we all felt it. Come on. How you guys feeling today? I'm feeling better with crypto. You guys see I had a smile on my face earlier today, so I'm feeling better. I'll feel amazing if we go 95k, 100k, but 125k is I have a dream of 125k. I'll manifest it for us. My manifestation powers are strong. I'll manifest it for us. I don't know how long it'll take, but I have some powers. Okay, let's try to manifest everything I can for us, alright? Yeah, like you might get some rejection. 3,125 down to 3,100 would be maybe the next buy zone if we're gonna get more bullish. 3,100 area. $104% tariffs on China. Damn. What is going to happen? Who's a macroeconomist here? I gotta go. Macro. Who went to school for like macroeconomics? Huh? Or did y'all just do what I did in school and just get high every day? And chill with like your friends. Who went to school for like macroeconomics, yo? Get you on the stream. Said what? China would want to negotiate, but we'll fight till the end. Yeah, cause think about it, China's fucking huge. You ever seen China? I just watched that I Show Speed guy kind of stream a bit of it, and I was like, damn, yo. China makes everything I'm using right now is made in. Are my sports cards even made in China? Are these sports cards made? No, produced in the USA. Oh yeah, true. This fucking plant. Oh no, not my Steph Curry. Ah. I'm sorry. Fucking plant was made in China. Fake plant. Fucking bone. Fucking shoes, alright? My Jordans. Jordans made in China, alright? I've worn these like 5 times. That's why I just keep them there. Yeah, that makes sense. They will fight till the end. That makes sense because look what they got. They got like like Amazon, China products, China. All the little things we use every day, made in China. Made in China. This T-shirt I'm wearing was made in China. Boycott China. Boycott China. No, I don't know. Good morning from Germany. How do I keep my client? What? Minute backs. What's this young DZ? Yo? How do I keep it? Mindset. I got the mindset. It's mindset more. It's all mindset. I give people the mindset. Yeah, maybe like you got 3,125. 4 hour might reject here actually. Yeah, looks like she might come down. Looks like she might come back down to 3,100, especially if this 4 hour rejects. Yeah, she might come down to like 3,100. You got a bear. Is that a bearish BOS here? Maybe it just broke down. Maybe this comes down more. One more leg lower. For bullish, it would have to hold that low, right? For bullish, it would have to hold this low and make, you know, go up. If it was bullish. If it was bullish, you'd want to see this low hold, right? But overall, a correction could come in more to 3,100 if that low doesn't hold. But for bullish, if you're scalping and watching this more now, like near term, like you'd want that low to hold. But if it doesn't, it breaks the low and maybe pulls back to 3,100 for buys. That low though, if it's gonna react bullish, it would want to hold that low. That was just made. Otherwise, takes the low out, finds a new low, stop losses more, get hit. Maybe 3,100, around 3,100. Yeah, so he said China will fight to the end. Okay, I probably heard him say that. Yeah, I was watching his talk today. That makes sense. So that's why, like, that's, yep, 104% now. Someone said tomorrow he's gonna raise it to 999%. It's like today this, tomorrow that. That's where the markets, you see a rapid influx of just money. I'll be on, but this is it, lowest in 18 years. So they're getting hurt. Look what happened to their market the other day too. So they're getting hurt. Even Vietnam agrees to negotiate new trade deal with the United States. Lowest levels in 18 years. So, ouch, 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 ouch. China, yeah, okay, there. That's what you're saying. China says it's willing to negotiate tariffs, but will fight to the end if the U.S. refuses to compromise. Damn. Ooh, pro Bitcoin. Paul Atkins officially confirmed as new SEC chairman. Goodbye, fucking Gary, fucking Gensler. I guess. I don't know. President Trump will make a very good deal with China. Look at these guys. These are guys. Fucking. They're probably calling each other at night. See that meme? See the meme today? That was a funny one. Where is it? Where is it? $125. Yeah, so now it's total at 125% because they added additional. What we got in crypto today? Ukraine. Makes sense. Oh, Jack Dorsey's blocked. Oh, Jack Dorsey. More adoption. These are the top 10 stories from today. So Paul Atkins, another Dogecoin ETF. SEC approves options trading on spot Ethereum ETFs. You know, and this. Yeah. Huh. Ethereum developer released from prison. That's interesting. We'll see what tomorrow brings in New York session, basically. How and tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. Kraken has partnered. Oh, and the wow. Ooh, that's cool. Damn, I need that. Actually, I don't need that. I don't need that. I was my shit on my ledger. I don't need that shit. Be out here spending the swiping. Nah. Cool stuff, cool beans. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'll be on in the morning for New York session. So a lot of news you can keep up with on. Again, I always show you guys what I use to look, and literally you can just go once a day and just kind of read up on everything, see what's happening. Trump says buy everything. Trump says be cool. It's a great time to buy. That gold, like, main thing maybe is like pull back to 3100. This chart. Could look at like a bunch of other scenarios, but you know, 3100, kind of like what happened. Look what happened here. I'm gonna get a tap, come closer to it. 3100, potentially pull back. We'll be on in the morning. Probably gonna wrap it up in maybe like 10-20 minutes or so. Check out the chat before I get off, but that's what I see on gold right now, guys. That's really it. If we could pull back to 3100. If you're looking for bullish, I think there would be a better option to kind of wait for, see if price gets there. It's only $20 move, and I guess $20 moves right now are just like pretty light. Could happen. Over there. Could even maybe for New York session. That's really it for gold tonight. That. You could, if you're like another scenario, like I know you guys always want other like 3,000, like 3,125. It could break above there and try to retest it, like 3,125. Break above, retest, continue. If it holds that, breaks above it, retests. Like if there's bullish, if market doesn't get that retracement down and it holds this low, and it has just bullish momentum above, then it could be a retest situation like that. If it doesn't get below that low and go for that 3,100 retracement. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon. Gonna be it for the night. I'll be on in the morning. Same time I was on this morning, New York session, 7:30. We'll see how things are looking in the morning. Yeah, if price just pushes up, it's showing bullish market structure from yesterday. If price just pushes up, there could be a retest of 3,125. Potentially pullbacks to 3,100 was the first thing I was seeing when I got on. If you look to the left here, if you look to the left, look to the left over here. That movement made down there. Similar thing could happen potentially. Or making them maybe flinging back up. On the 1 hour right now, see the left side over there. I forgot to post the chart this morning. I was so mad at myself. I was like, oh my gosh. In Discord. This morning session was fire. Good rundown. We'll be on again in the morning. New York session. I see on gold though for tonight. Maybe this might even be a setup for tomorrow if it comes down. Like it might be if it doesn't drop tonight and it drops in New York session to that level, like tomorrow. Could be maybe something even tomorrow. Well, technically today. I just want my crypto bags to pump already. I kind of like just kind of switching between them both, Oanda and Forex.com. Yeah, that's really it for the night. I'm gonna wrap it up in a bit. See, I forgot to tell the story. You guys didn't remind me. See? You guys forgot. No one reminded me. You won't remember. I'm gonna wrap it up in a little bit. It's 2:30. Yeah, so again, real quick, this low, that's an important low. If market stays bullish above that, then it's more like that low, whatever price does, if it, if it just fucking rips from here and goes up and makes a new high, that's a BOS bullish. Or if it just kind of holds the low and makes a new high, BOS bullish, break a structure bullish. If this goes up and makes a new high, it takes out these highs, you got more of like a bullish break of structure. Especially if this low right here holds. You would get, if this low holds in some way, shape, or form, like if market consolidates, holds the low and just breaks up, it makes a new high holding that low, then you get more of like a bullish BOS above this high. And you could possibly get more continuations with that. Otherwise, it's retracement down, because there's even a wick here on the 1 hour. There's even like a long wick there on the 1 hour. So it depends on that low, if this low's holding. So that's kind of that 1 hour wick. If this pushes up and takes out these highs, it'll likely pull back and then maybe make a continuation or a move up. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out all the videos. We haven't posted in a while because we've been editing a lot of stuff right now for Inner Circle. We're editing a bunch of videos for Inner Circle that I recorded like last month. Spent like 2 weeks recording videos last month. And a lot of the old videos are still getting edited. Took longer than expected, but I haven't posted much videos on YouTube. We have there'll be some videos posted soon. There's some loading. There's a bunch of videos loading. Check out the last video I posted. Surprisingly, like actually not surprisingly, because it shows you how like Maybe much people don't pay attention to crypto as much, or as big as crypto is forex, or as big as forex is crypto. My crypto videos get the lowest views, but honestly, I make them at the times where it's some of the most important information, or some really good information. Check out the videos on my channel, because probably in like 2 months from now, a month or two from now, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more, kind of like I did all year. But right now, we're just working on a bunch of inner circle videos, a lot that are being edited, so that's why there haven't been a lot of YouTube videos. But check them out if you haven't seen all those. This one was posted. Oh, I didn't realize this one was posted. I didn't share that one. Oh, I think we didn't. Okay. This one only has, this one we made a mistake posting it. So that's why it doesn't have that many views. Go check it out. But yeah, check out some of the videos if you haven't seen them. There's a lot there. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. You'll find some value in there. Especially in the news videos. Where is it? This video, 16,000 views. Everyone loves this video. That video is good, I guess. Everyone loves that video. Learn how to trade the news. I made 2 videos on that. So here's the second one. So I'd watch them both. Some of you guys have probably seen those videos. Some of you guys have watched those videos probably 3 times, so you already know. But yeah, getting back in, I was super sick the last 10 days. Holy, I didn't realize how sick I was. I thought it was just like a cough, and I was like, alright, I'll be, a couple days will wear off. Nah. Nah. Check out the videos. If there's any last questions, type in the chat. I'm gonna go over one more thing. Give me a minute here. Alright. Where's my phone? Alright. Where's gold at? Yeah, maybe it holds itself up. Tries to break the high. If it breaks the high, that's like bullish BOS. If it goes lower, retracement. Wait for 3100. See what happens around there. We out. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I live in a hotel, and a lot of times the NBA athletes train here because Toronto Raptors play here, so NBA teams always stay here, and I always see them work out. So if you ever seen an NBA athlete or an athlete workout, it's different. It's not just showing up. It's not just like motion. If you ever watched an athlete workout, like a real professional athlete, it's different. In 30 minutes, they'll do what you'll do in 2 hours. You'll see them in 30 minutes. Boom, boom, like different level of training their body. So if there's like a physique and a level you want to get to, doing what you do and just showing up and just being consistent might not be enough. It's more about putting in hard work. So that's like a perspective that got shaped for me a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, months ago. Where I live in a hotel and see these athletes come in and train sometimes, and I'd be like, damn, different perspective shaped right there. It's a mindset thing too, right? So that's why, for me, I told my trainer, literally want to perform like an athlete, train like an athlete. And that's why I have the results I have. Because I'm literally training differently. Not just showing up. There's like a difference between showing up, but then like shocking your body to another level of, whoa. Getting your body shocked. That's different. Shocking your heart, things like that. Your blood.
Work becomes more complex. So does the threat landscape, making it
Different perspective. Different things can shape your perspective. That's what we do here on these sessions. Well, yeah, wait for 3,100 if anything, if you're looking for buys, or wait for a price to show you continuation, because this low, it might not hold. It could go for a lower low. Right? Boom. Pull back. Boom. Could go for a lower low. Yeah, we out. I'll see everybody in the morning. We'll talk later. And 6 hours. Well, like 5 hours. 5 hours. Peace.
Que el sol está caliente y vamos a disfrutar el ambiente. Vamos a meternos para el agua para que viaje rico se siente. Y vamos a tropical por toda la costa chinchorreal. De chinchorro a chinchorro paramos